what I teach our clients is, can we really speak to them from that place where we can actually tell them a story? So one of the practices that we practice is instead of telling people what you do, show them. So I had a client today, actually, I just read his post, and he is a travel coach. And he put out this post where the first time he landed in New Zealand, this is first time he's ever like traveled afar, and he was in a van with people who were like, hey, there's this island, that's not really on the grid, like that not that many people know about. You should go check it out. And he knew in his heart that, oh yes, okay, I want to go to those places that are not necessarily on like the tourist maps, because that's what he does. And so as he took the 30-minute ferry there, and he started approaching the island, tears started coming into his eyes, because there was something in him that knew, okay, I'm in the right place. And he ended up, even though he was just traveling, he ended up living there for 2 years. And it was a journey that he started where he started traveling and living in all of these different places, because he started to learn, oh, okay, how do I actually travel long term to different places and live there? And so what happens in marketing is, if you were to work with me, is you start allowing yourself to share your experience from the message that you're creating, not from your credentials, not from you're in chronic tension, so let me get you out of that. It's not telling them, but showing them through your experience. Because when you show them through an experience, one, what it does is it allows them to live that story through you, and oh, is that me? Do I want to live that story? Do I want to be the character in that story? Right? And it also builds credential. And here's a beautiful thing about this, about that marketing technique, is that it's not even a marketing technique. You're essentially sharing your experience. You're sharing your experience with a particular message to a particular person. And when you work with me, we really start to dive deep into that person. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What are they doing? Right? And the minute he said that, talked about that story of having tears in his eyes as soon as he landed on that island, I knew exactly what he was talking about. That type of travel that is like, oh my God, okay, I'm far from where I came from, but I'm home. And your clients too, if you know them on a deep level, because your clients are a version of you, and you allow yourself to share the experiences that are deeper than the superficial of what you're trying to do, it's an experiential journey, then it allows them to move into that experience, and it helps them know you, right? And it helps them understand who you are, what are your values, what you stand for. It helps them understand, can I work with this person? It helps them understand, oh, okay, so what types of experiences am I going to be taking on if I'm with this person? So this experience of landing there and then living there for 2 years, he teaches people how to do that in long term. So if those are his clients, not the people necessarily that want to kind of go on a cruise for 10 days and stay on the ship and get off board like for 2 hours, he's not speaking to that person, because that is not his dreamiest client. So one of the things in marketing that we want to consider is, are you really speaking to your dreamiest client, and who is that person? And are you speaking from that visceral, energetic, deep place, because you're speaking from that place of you've been there, your heart, your soul, your body has been there. And when you tell a story like that, first of all, it's true, it's fact. It's not like you're making something up and you're trying to position yourself like I am a guru and blah, blah, blah. You're telling a story from a deep, authentic experience that helps a transmission happen through your, what we call, marketing. And as healers, as coaches, as people creating life-altering transformations in our business, that's how your people relate. That's how they speak, right? They speak body, they speak energy, they speak in inspiration in their mind. And so we want to speak to them on all levels. So versus making it about like, because here's the thing in marketing, what kind of F's us up is our mind gets in the way, and our old subconscious beliefs get in the way. And we have some kind of idea after, like, let's say whatever, we put a message out there that wasn't very clear, but then we misdiagnose it and we think, well, I must not be expert enough. I must not be perfect at this. I must not be capable. I must not be worthy, or I must not be enough, or I must not be significant. Maybe my message is not, significant. And so we misdiagnose our marketing efforts, and we don't realize there's a lack of clarity. There's a lack of congruency. There's a lack of consistency. And so when we start to align, hey Olga, when we start to align with, a message that is true to our heart, a message that is clear, that we understand, where are my clients now? Where are they? What is the pain that they're in, and where do they want to go? What is their bliss? And can I, through my own experience and through my own storytelling, which I teach you a structure, and this is the beautiful thing about this. When you have a structure, and this is, as healers and coaches, we can't get too complex, but if we have a basic structure, then we basically follow that structure every single time we put out our marketing, because the consistency and congruency is really the key when it comes to how we're speaking about our business.